Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley and I'm a crochet and knitwear designer for my brand No Strings Attached. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Depop, and nostringsattached.com. I'll have all of my links listed in the description below. So today's video is going to be part 2 to my Lover's Knot set tutorial. Part 1 with the mini skirt is already posted on my channel, so make sure you guys check that out. But I just wanted to say a really quick apology to everyone that has been waiting so long for this tutorial. I'm so sorry that it took me so long to get this posted, but I'm so glad that I was finally able to film it and get it posted for you guys. So thank you so much for your patience and your support. Also, thank you so much to Universe for sponsoring today's video. Universe is a drag and drop app for creating websites where you can easily pick a personalized .com domain and customize your site to match your creative vision. It is available to use on your iPhone, iPad, or computer. You can make any type of site with Universe, from a simple link list to a full online shop or portfolio or blog. One of my favorite things about Universe is how easy it is to use. If you're a fellow iPad kid like me, you'll find it super simple and enjoyable to design your own website rather than having to deal with coding. I also love how many customizable options there are. From fonts to colors to layouts, you're able to make a unique website that is catered to your liking. Another thing I love about Universe is that it's portable. As someone who is constantly on the go, I love that I don't have to be at home on my computer to edit my site. I am able to update my website and mark items as shipped from anywhere by using the app on my iPhone or iPad. You can start with the Universe templates, a blank canvas like I did, or use their AI assistant Gus. If you're in the US, the Universe Sell Block will enable you to start selling your creations and start making money in minutes. You can also use the download block to sell digital items, including PDF crochet patterns. Although the sell and download blocks are US only, the PayPal block can be used by everyone to accept payments. Universe is free to use, but you can make the jump to Pro to remove Universe branding, get your own .com custom domain, unlock custom menu styles, gain access to code block, and get the ability to make custom discount codes. With the Universe Pro, you'll get a lower flat 5% transaction fee. There are no hidden fees with Universe, and you can get quicker payouts. You can use the first link in my YouTube description to try Universe for free, or use the second link to get 25% off your first year of Universe Pro. Thank you again to Universe for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back into the tutorial. We're going to start with our 3.75 millimeter hook and any weight for medium yarn. This is from Yarn Bee. So we're going to start with the sleeves, and you're just going to make a slip knot and then insert your hook. And we're going to be doing lover's knots for the sleeves. So to do that, we're going to do chain 2. And then insert a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So not this one, but this one. And to do a single crochet, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, and pull through. And then you should have 2 on your hook. And then you're gonna yarn over and then pull through both. So that's 1 single crochet. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the lover's knot. So to do that, you're gonna pull the yarn up as big as you want your lover's knot to be, but just make sure that you keep a consistent size throughout the sleeve. I usually like to put my thumb right on top of the single crochet to hold that space, and we're gonna yarn over and pull through that big hoop, and then insert our hook into that space where our thumb is holding, yarn over, pull through, and you should have 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through again. So you've just done 1 single crochet, a lover's knot, and then another single crochet to secure the knot. And we're just going to continue doing that. And we're going to continue doing this until we get to 29 lover's knots. Okay, so I've just finished my lover's knots. My sleeve is going to be 27 knots long, and then the extra 2 are the turning chains. So if you want to make your sleeve longer, you can add more knots. Just make sure it's an odd number and add 2 for the turning chains. So this is the 29th lover's knot for me. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my work. And we're going to insert our hook into the single crochet after the 3rd knot. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and into the single crochet right after that. So you're going to insert into that single crochet and yarn over and pull through. So then you should have 2 on your hook and then pull through. So we just did another single crochet on top of the last one. And then we're going to do 2 knots. Skip the next open single crochet and insert our hook into the next one. So not the next open one, but the one after that. And do another single crochet. And we're going to do 2 more knots. Skip the next one and single crochet into the one after. And we're just going to keep on continuing to do that until we get to the end of the row. So I'm coming up on the end of the row, and I've just done my 2 knots, and I'm going to single crochet into the very last one of the row. And I like to tuck my tail into the single crochet just so I can kind of weave it in as I'm working. And I'll clean it up later. So we've just got to the end of the row, and this is what it should look like. And we're gonna chain 3 lover's knots. So those 3 are gonna act as our turning chain. And turn your work. And we're gonna insert our hook directly into this first open single crochet. And do another single crochet on top. And then we're going to do 2 more. Skip 2 knots and into the next open ones. See how this one's already, it's not open anymore? We're going to insert into the next open one. So now we're just going to continue doing this row until we reach 13 rows. I've just finished my 13 rows. It's about 18 inches long and 8 inches wide. Once you've finished your 13 rows, we're going to fold our sleeve in half, and then we're going to start seaming the sides together. I'm going to insert into not this corner knot, but the one right before that one. So this like little group of knots right here, not the single one. And we're just gonna slip stitch. So pull through and then pull through again, that very first one. And then we're gonna do 1 knot to chain. So chain 1. And then we're gonna find the first open stitch of this side and insert our hook into the single crochet and the other open knot from the other side and insert to that one as well. So once you have your hook inserted into both single crochets of both sides of the sleeves, we're gonna yarn over and pull through both of the sides. So you should be left with those 2 hook loops on your hook. And we're gonna yarn over and pull through 2. And then, so we're gonna do 2 more knots so we can skip this one. So 2 knots. Insert into the next open one, just like how we've been doing for all of the rows, and into the one on the other side. And pull through both sides and single crochet again. So we're just going to continue doing that. 2 in between every single crochet. And pick up the next open stitch. Don't forget the other side. Pull through both sides and single crochet. So just continue seaming together like that until you get to the end of the row. So I'm coming up on the last couple of stitches of my seam. I already have my 2 knots, so I'm going to finish this last open single crochet. And for the very last stitch, we're just going to do 1 knot. To finish off connecting the corners. Insert into that corner and this corner where your tail should be. If you did 13 rows, this is the corner that your tail should be on. You can go ahead and fasten off your work, and before you cut, just slip your arm through and make sure it fits how you want it to. You can add more rows if you need to. But once you've finished, you can go ahead and fasten off and cut your yarn. And then just turn it right side out so that the seam ends up in the middle, in the inside of the sleeve instead of on top. So that's one sleeve done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other sleeve. You can just rewind if you need help again, but I'll be back once I finish the second sleeve. So I've just finished my second sleeve and I made sure to turn it right side out. And now we can set our sleeves aside and get started on the 2 front panels. To start the front panel, you're going to take your 12mm hook and do a slip knot. Insert your hook. And for a size extra small or small, I'm going to be chaining 15 for the cup. You can chain more if you need to and adjust it to your sizing. So after you've chained 15 or however many you need, you're going to skip that first chain because that's going to count as our turning chain, and we're going to do half double crochets into every chain. So to do half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through all 3 again. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over and pull through, yarn over again and pull through all 3. So we're just going to continue doing half double crochets into each chain until we reach the end of the row. So once you've finished the last chain, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And for this pattern, we're going to be working into the back loop only. So if you look at the top of your stitches, there's this little V shape with a front loop and a back loop. We're only going to be picking up this back loop right here. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through all 3. And once you get to the very last stitch of the row, we're going to do a regular half double crochet just to make sure our edges are cleaner. So we're going to pick up both the front loop and the back loop and half double crochet and chain 1, turn your work. We're going to do this for 2 more rows, so a total of 4 rows of half double crochets back loop only for a size extra small or small. If you need to do more than 4 rows, then you can go ahead and do that and just adjust it to your size. So for like a medium, I would say do 5 or 6 rows. Once you've finished your regular rows, we're gonna do 2 decrease rows. To decrease, I insert my hook into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through, and keep those loops on your hook and insert into the very next stitch and yarn over and pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So you just turned 2 stitches from the previous row into 1 stitch. So that was a decrease, and we're going to continue doing the rest of the row like normal, half double crochets back loop only, until we reach the last 2 stitches of the row. And when you get to the last stitches, the last 2 stitches, you're going to do another decrease. So insert into the back loop only, pull up, leave those 2 on your hook. Since it's the last stitch of the row, I'm going to be inserting to front and back loop, and pull through all 3. And chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to do 1 more decrease row. Again, at the last 2 stitches, do a decrease, pick up both loops at the end, yarn over and pull through all 3. So once you've done 2 decrease rows, we're going to do 2 regular rows again. So we're just going to do no decreases at the beginning or end. That was 1 regular row, so we're going to do 1 more. So after you finished the 2 regular rows, we're going to go in and do 1 decrease row. So insert into the back loop only of the first 2 and decrease. Continue the middle of the row like normal until you get to the last 2 stitches again. The last 2 stitches, do another decrease, chain 1, and do 1 regular row. I forgot to mention that if you are doing a bigger size, you can do the 2 decrease rows and 2 regular rows how I'm doing in this tutorial. And then here is where you can, you're gonna adjust it to your size again. So for this, I'm gonna do decrease rows until I get to 4 stitches left. So for me, that's gonna be 2 more decrease rows. So we're gonna do a decrease row, and then 1 more decrease row, or if you have more rows, decrease until you are left with 4 stitches. Okay, so now that I have my 4 stitches left, I'm just gonna do regular rows for 10 rows as the tie front part. So after I do my 10 rows, I'll come back. After you've finished 10 rows of 4 stitches, this is what it should look like. From here, we're just gonna do 2 more decrease rows to taper off the tip of this panel. So 1 decrease and 1 more decrease. Chain 1 and turn, and do 1 decrease, and that should leave you with 1 stitch. And then you can go ahead and fasten off and cut your yarn. So that's the first panel done. You're just gonna do exactly what you did for this panel one more time for the second panel, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. So now that we have our 2 front panels done, we can go ahead and start on the back panel. To start on the back panel, I like to pick up one of the cups, doesn't matter which one, and insert it to the very first stitch of your front panel and attach your yarn. And fasten that knot to secure your yarn, and then we're gonna chain 1 and do a half double crochet into every single chain stitch, and make sure you have the same amount of half double crochets as you had when you were doing your front panels. So I'm gonna do 14 half double crochets. We're just gonna continue doing regular rows of half double crochet in the back loop only until this panel is long enough to stretch across your back, and we can attach the other panel. So for a size smaller, extra small, I ended up doing 13 regular rows for the back panel. And now we can attach the other panel. So instead of chaining 1, you're gonna insert your hook directly into the other panel, pull through, and slip stitch them together, and fast pull tight to secure that. And then we're gonna do a single crochet seam. So we're gonna insert our hook into both loops on this side and both loops on this side, and do a single crochet seam. Once you get to the last stitch, you can go ahead and fasten off there and cut your yarn. Before you fasten off though, you can wrap this around your body and just make sure it ties around your bust area comfortably. But this is what you should have so far. Now we're gonna go ahead and attach the sleeves. So to do that, you're gonna wanna get your 3.75mm hook again. And we're gonna want to line up the seams. So the seam of our sleeve, the right sides facing each other with this seam, and insert my hook into the very first single crochet to the right of the seam. So the seam is right here, the very first single crochet to the right. Make sure your seams are lined up still, and you're gonna want to insert your hook into the top of the row to the right of your tie front panel. So that's gonna be right here, and you can attach your yarn. and pull to fasten. And we're gonna do a lover's knot. And insert our hook into the seam of our sleeve and into the seam of our panels. And I just try to work over all of my tail ends, but I will weave them all in at the end. So you're gonna wanna pull through both panels, so the sleeve and the front and back panels, and yarn over and pull through. And we're gonna do one more lover's knot and insert our hook into the first single crochet to the left of our seam. And the same with the back panel. Insert your hook into the first half double crochet row to the left of your seam and pull through and fasten off. So now we have one sleeve attached. Also, I ran out of yarn in the middle of making this video, so please excuse the colors being slightly off. But now that we have our sleeve attached, you can go ahead and repeat that to the other side, and I'll come back after I have my other sleeve attached. So now that we have both of our sleeves attached, we're pretty much done with this top. This next part is optional, but I like to add it just so that it can be more secure and just hold the sleeves up a little better. But I'm going to add 2 straps onto the back of the sleeves. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 knots up and insert my hook. Attach my yarn. And I'm just gonna do a long chain. This is about 14 inches, and just repeat that to the other side. So I'm gonna go the 3 knots up. 1, 2, 3. So now that I have the other side on, just make sure that they're the same length. And I just have to weave in my ends, and yeah, we're done. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure you check out part 1 with the mini skirt so you guys can make the matching set. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below, and I'll do my best to get back to everyone. If you post any pictures in your new set, please tag me. I would love to see and repost all of your recreations. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.
Mm-hmm.